Yeah, here where we maintain a separate corporate secretary team from the legal corporate team. Our corporate secretary sits in the UK based on our corporate structure and our incorporation in Jersey and some tax reasons. And so we support the corporate secretary's team in preparing for board meetings. Also related to our corporate structure, we don't act by written consent. So we hold about 6 meetings a year. So the preparations need to be advanced prep for each of the meetings coming up. And the company secretary team primarily handles preparation of materials, your meeting logistics, those types of things. But then we help on at the U.S. governance side with SEC rules and IC compliance, making sure that all the appropriate matters are being brought before the board, also reviewing for any related needed disclosures. But Julia will get more into that.
Just to kind of build off what Christine said, we typical to a lot of companies, we have 3 core committees: the audit committee, the compensation committee, and the nominations and governance committee. So our team really helps support the company secretary in getting ready for the board meetings and the relevant committee meetings. We get the agendas from the company secretary, and our team takes a look at those from like an SEC NYSE perspective to ensure that all approvals that we need from like a US perspective are covered. So we get those in advance from the team. We take a look at them. We usually have a call with them to go through the agendas and make sure we're not missing anything. Then also from that perspective too, we kind of take a look at if our team is working on a particular update to say like a committee charter or something like that, or a company policy that falls under our purview, for example, like the related party transactions policy. We'll take a closer look at things like those and make sure that the necessary approvals are reflected in the agendas to ensure that we have the necessary eyes on those at the board level. One of the key things that we do each time there's a nominations and governance committee meeting, we'll draft a corporate governance and regulatory update. And in there, it's a slide deck. We basically just include any updates on like SEC rulemaking, developments with NYSE, proxy trends. We've started to include more and more of that as we've transitioned to a more US company. So it's just really to help keep the board like apprised of those developments. And since there's so much information out there, we try to put it in a truncated form that's easily digestible so that they can have a resource to look at for all of these different regulatory and other updates. That's really our main contributions to getting ready for meetings. One thing I've learned, coming in-house is that it's really, really all about communication and trying to really communicate well across the different functions, including with our company secretary teams. The preparation for board meetings is pretty fast-paced because we have, like Christine said, we have 6 a year. So they creep up really quickly. When one is done, it feels like we're getting ready for the next one. So just trying to stay on top of all the tasks we have to do, communicating well across the different functions is something I've learned.